If you're looking for Magic cards, look no further than Flipside Gaming. They have all the latest Magic singles and product that you need to actually leave the house and battle in Magic the Gathering. And right now, if you would like to save 10% on your orders from Flipside Gaming, use the promo code CGB at checkout. That is promo code CGB. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are again on that Mythic grind. So, what would I say about going for Mythic? Two things. One is game quantity, you have to play a lot of games, and two is games quality. You need to play with a good deck. And when doing that, for the quantity side, aggro certainly comes to mind, and there's few things more aggro in the world than mono red. And for the quality side, there's few decks that are harder to deal with in a best of one environment than mono red. So it's probably not a big surprise that we're going to run some mono red today. The card that I think needs to, I don't know if it's controversial anymore, it's definitely a take, but the funnest card in mono red and the card that can best pull you out of ridiculous situations is Experimental Frenzy. This card going unanswered can just pull it off. So I'm running 4 of them with 22 mountains to make sure I can cast them. I'm also running 1 Risk Factor and 1 Banefire. I always want these in some matchups, but I never want them in all my matchups, and I always want them at certain times in the game, but not usually in the opening hand. All right, and that's kind of my take and why the build is the way that it is. Mono red, we've played it to death, you've seen it. It's the most popular deck in Arena. I don't have a lot to say other than that about the build. I just want to get in and see if we can climb that ladder. Being on the draw with a hand like this is always tough. We can hope that we're against an aggro deck. And if we're against an aggro deck, we can answer a few threats, get something of our own, wait till we draw enough lands to play Experimental Frenzy and then win. The mirror is probably the best place we could see this hand. Against any kind of Jeskai opponent, this hand will be too slow, but at least there's a risk factor, which might keep us in it. It's a really iffy hand. I'm going to try it. I don't feel good about it. And there's the turn 1 Llanowar Elves. And there's the worst draw in the whole deck. There are only 3 of them left in the deck, but there you go. There you go. Is it a Wild Growth Walker? Actually, it is not. Okay. And our opponent hitting 2 lands there definitely gives us hope that a Chainwhirler can clean up the situation. I really need to cast this Wizard's Lightning with the Pyromancer on the play. There is some risk that I play this, it gets Chupacabra'd, so I think I let this go. My opponent hitting all that land. What am I doing? Am I lightning striking them? I think I have to play a bit of a control game here, although that's very much up Golgari's alley. I think I'm saying go and using my lightning strike on a creature. It's weird. I don't like it. And with the elves attacking, yeah, at this point we're hoping our opponent is flooded. Maybe I am hitting the face. Let's at least wait to end step to make a decision. All right, another Jade Light. That's probably going to be a bigger Jade Light and probably the target we're looking for. No, they also hit 2 land. Well, we want to play our cards. Let's fire one off on face. Let's start working on the face. Lavarunner off the top. Well, we can play that and a Wizard's Lightning, but I like getting the Pyromancer out here. I don't think it's going to get through for damage ever, but it does let us cast our Wizard's Lightning, and I'm going to hold on to this till it has haste, because maybe that way we actually get it to hit the opponent. And if we can trade a Pyromancer off for these Jade Lights and stuff, all the better. Our opponent with 5 mana, they're going for a Chupacabra. And let's go ahead and throw a Wizard's Lightning on the Chupacabra. The idea here is if the opponent attacks us with everything, then we can turn around and at least hit them with the Lavarunner. Now their clock is going better than ours, but if we can hit with Lavarunner and then block with Lavarunner, we can buy more time. Ooh, okay. Interesting draw. Let's get him. But man, the hand is really biting us right now. It is biting us. I'm not really in a place where Risk Factor is a good card by any stretch of the imagination. And here comes another Chupa to take out the Lavarunner. So we'll have to take out one of these Jade Light Rangers now to try to buy more time, as the opponent's just doing a better job being the beatdown than we are. Alright, that's a land. We go for the Frenzy. The opponent's going to put us down to like 4, and then we're just going to need amazing Frenzy turns for the rest of time. Of course, then a Vivian Reed would totally fix that and leave us dead. But that's the way it goes. It does feel like the opponent might be flooded, but they might also just be slow rolling their good cards. Another elf. See, what we really need to reveal is Goblin Chainwhirler. That's a card that could turn the whole game. Mountain. A Shock. We'll go after the Chupacabra. Here is a Steam-Kin, so no Chainwhirler this turn. Another Shock. We'll go after the Jade Light Ranger. And a Pyromancer we cannot cast. Well, it got us out of trouble for one turn. Our opponent will get back a Chupacabra, play it, drop us to 2, and we'll see where it goes from there. Oh, they're not getting back a Chupa. I'd really like getting back a Chupacabra with Memorial to Folly there. It would put another threat on the board the next turn as well, but maybe they have a Carnage Tyrant or some Haymaker to finish things. Huh. Interesting. Our opponent could have a Floody hand, but look at that draw. Magic is mean sometimes, my friends. As fun as Experimental Frenzy can be, it can also break your heart. So the opponent has us dead if they see the line to get back their Chupa. They may also have removal in hand. But we're tapped out, so it's all about whatever they want to do now. And you see them pointing. That's a death. That's a sad, sad red day. Alright. We are not on the play, so what can you do? But I'll hang on to it. We do have a Steam-Kin, we do have a Chainwhirler, we do have a Frenzy. There's a lot of decks this hand can be good at against, including other red decks potentially, if we draw the lands. I run 22, so that the odds are at least decent that I can draw the lands. A lot of other red decks out there are running 20 or less these days, but I don't think you can quite do that in best of 1. I don't think that's quite the way yet, but anyway, here come the beats. Our opponent with a slow-ish draw. It's perfect for a Steam-Kin, that's for sure, but I bet we're gonna play against Benalia. Benalia is a big problem. Oh, Legion's Landing, okay. What else is going on here? I guess that makes Chainwhirler better. Yeah, I may as well whirl the chains. Our opponent might be playing with Pride of the Conquerors to play around this, but then we get a Pride of the Conquerors out of their hand. Alright, let's send them in. I don't think they'll be running a Seal Away. 2 Frenzies again. Frenzy hasn't been on my side yet today, but good Frenzy draws are usually worth it. They can win games that nothing else can win. Then again, I'm starting to wonder if I'm just biased or something, since it seems like I never see them. Alright, this is gonna get roasty toasty, my friends. So if I attack with Steam-Kin, I probably won't be able to use the mana from Steam-Kin. I could just start roasting things out of my way, though. And then I'm game for Frenzy. Well, I also want to play Frenzy this turn, so I go 1, I go to 4, and then I can remove the mana to play a Frenzy. Do I need to play the Frenzy this turn? So the other thing I can do is just remove these ahead of time so that the opponent doesn't have good chump blocks. I actually like that a lot. They don't really want chump block with their lifelinkers. Not really. So we let them have this lifelinker, and we turn our critters sideways. And they're gonna take it, okay? So we hit. Now they would have chump blocked for sure with the Witness, so this is a way of getting extra damage in. Now, let's remove the counters from the Witness, from the Steam-Kin, And let's send some fire their way. And this way, even if they play like a Benelish Marshal and attack, our turnaround attack is so nasty, I don't think they can afford it. And they can't really do a Loxodon either. They put some counters on their creatures, but then their creatures are tapped. So I think it leaves them in a bad spot. And yeah, they're going to scoop it straight up. Wow. This is the frenziest hand of frenzy hands. I'm going to mulligan it because it doesn't even apply enough pressure to make sure that frenzy resolves. You just can't keep hands like that and expect it to work out. Now this is a nice curve of creatures, but man, do we need a lightning bolt. And not another mountain. We're fighting a crocodile shark after all. If we don't have some kind of electricity to fry them, we're just going to die horribly. Island. All right. When you see that blue opening, it's usually an alright thing, but of course that slow roll is an opt. An opt that's going to take time off my life. And there, the opponent feels they see what I'm doing, so now they can make their educated decision about which Deafening Clarion they want to keep on top of their deck. Yeah. On the play, I'm happy to deploy a few creatures out and make them have the Clarion. Once we have our next draw step, we'll be able to decide whether or not we can play around Ritual Soot, Golden Demise, and things of that nature. Now that I see the Watery Grave, I'm much more concerned about Golden Demise, which means I should play the Goblin Chainwhirler. And being on the play, we are still quite a ways away from the opponent being able to Ritual Soot. And it looks like another opt. What plays opt and is blue-black? Opt doesn't seem to have the same foothold in blue-black that opt seems to have in Jeskai. And most of the time it's because of Niv Mizzet and Crackling Drake, where opt is very good. I don't think opt by itself is really that great of a card. Still, best of one, you need to smooth your draws, you need to do things quickly. Maybe that's part of the equation. Maybe discovery turns out too slow. Yep, we are opting indeed. And there is a keep on top. The opponent needs to have an effect on the board, like this turn. If they take 6 from these creatures, I don't know how they get back in it. Okay, they're passing the turn. I'm going to go for a Firebrand. They might have like a Ritual Soot, but I'll take the damage at this point, because we're that close to killing them. If we draw land next turn, great. If we draw a way to deal more damage, great. Here comes something. Yep, clicking on the Chainwhirler. That's the target if you're gonna do something. Alright. Going to go ahead and shock while they're tapped low. The best thing we can do next turn is drop an Experimental Frenzy. So, we'll see if the opponent taps out to deal with our board and if we can top deck the land like a boss. Esper Control. Oh boy. Ah, they're passing the turn though. They don't have it. Alright, let's send the critters. I have a feeling we'll get a Vraska's Contempt. They don't have the mana for a Settle the Wreckage. If the opponent was a little bit lower, there might be a case for holding back the Fanatical Firebrand to ping the Pyromancer in response to a Contempt, but I think that that's all a bit of a wash and not worth thinking about as hard as I am. And now with that tap low, we'll go ahead and Lightning Strike face, which will pump the Lavarunner so we get an extra point in. And our opponent drops to 3, facing a lethal board and a lot of lethal top decks in the deck. And let's see what the card is. What do you have, Crocodile Esper Shark? Ooh, Eldest Reborn. That's a wide open window. We just need to draw a way to deal 1 damage. We did it. We did what red decks do. Play monkeys, win. Banefire is not the removal I want in the opening hand, but if this were a 6-card hand, or if this were a land, it would be so keepable that I think it's worth trying here. Most cards off the top of the deck improved the hand, including land itself, so there's not a lot to lose. I just don't know if the Banefire is going to be what I need. But as soon as I see a blue mana, I feel a little better about it. We'll see. Blue-red. Shock. Yep. Kill things. What do you know? So, yeah, let's send out Steam-Kin. Why not? Opponent fired off that shock quick. I wouldn't be surprised if this eats another removal spell. And there you go. 2 shocks in the opener. That's what you're looking for. Here's Chainy Whirls. See if the opponent also brought a lava coil to this party. But we don't have any creature damage in, and that's how you beat red. If you stop the creature damage and make them do all their damage face, it's hard for them to draw that much of it. Maybe hard is the wrong word, but it is at least a challenge. But our opponent missing a land drop here, and this is where red has to pounce. Pounce like a cheetah on a wounded gazelle. Any little miss in your deck, the red deck will capitalize, always. Always. Alright, so we send in the troops. Then we probably Banefire away this Drake. Or we Banefire the face and play a Frenzy. That's a pretty tough call. If our opponent blocks the Chainwhirler, then it's an easy kill on the Drake. If they block a Pyromancer, then we'll have a different choice to make. Anyway, yeah, let's send him in. We're definitely playing the Banefire one way or another. And I do think that killing the Drake is the right move. It hurts to use our Banefire in this spot in that way, but if they can't get in front of our creatures, it's more damage from our creatures next turn. And here's an Electromancer, sure. And a Lava Coil. They must have just drawn the Lava Coil, or I think it would have been an easy play to make earlier. I play my land before I play my Frenzy whenever there's, I believe it's 7 land is the threshold. When it would be your 7th or 8th land. Is this a Spell Pierce? It's a negate. Ooh, I should have attacked first, I suppose, but I kept thinking that if I hit a haste creature off the top, I would want to use it. Here's the block. Negate in the Drake deck. I've seen it in a few places. I always did feel like I needed something else when I played that. When I played Drakes, I always felt like I wanted a hard counter like a negate. Oh my, that's a tilt. Oh boy. Come on, Frenzy. Help a boy out. Help an aspiring wizard. Let's see if the opponent just goes aggro here. They do. They're just hoping that our frenzies are bad. Don't be bad. Be a good frenzy. Be a good frenzy. Okay, okay. Down to 6. Let's go for the throat. And Steam-Kin won't do it. Can our opponent close the deal? Let's find out. This is the one where you just kind of cross your fingers and pray. Opponent's going to see how much they can pump up their Drake, and they're discarding what? Not another Phoenix. No! 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. They need one more spell. Do they have it? No, they don't, because they're already in their attack step. What's the play? I think you wait till next turn, but this is a tough choice. Our opponent, if we hit a haste creature or two, letting something like that through. Also, is there a case for lava coiling the Steam-Kin here, which can keep the frenzy going? I think there really is. I think our opponent may have missed an opportunity here. Let's go. Oh no. Is that game? Well, we can make our opponent block, and if they block with the Phoenix, then they have to get the Drake all the way there, all on its own. Yeah, I think that's wise. Right now they're at 9. They only need a few spells to make it lethal. If I take away their Phoenix, if they hit 3 spells, they win either way, right? But can they win without 3 spells? No. So I think I'd pass the turn. Yeah, if they have it, they have it. Oh, Frenzy, you're doing me dirty. You're doing me so dirty. There's a radical idea. I can probably do it. I didn't even get to reveal a shock or something that I could, like, play mind games with and let the opponent think they could go for lethal. Alright, they discard another Phoenix. This is it. If they get a spell they can play, they've got it. They don't. What is going on with their hand? We get another crack at it, my friends. Off the top, Wizard's Lightning, going face, no question. And now we have it, right? With Goblin Chainwhirler? Well, regardless, Fanatical Firebrand will make it through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For a chance to be mythic, I gladly risk it all. Hand has a 1-drop and a light. Yeah, we'll keep it. Well, what do we have here? Kronos is mythic. To be the man, you've got to beat the man. Or woman. Woo! Let's get it. Of course, we've still got a little ways to go. There may be a few more mythic symbols in our way as we try to climb. And here comes, I'm sure, Golgari. What else do you see green in these days? And there's your Wild Growth. Nope, your Druid of the Cowl. Okay, then I get to Lightning Strike a Druid of the Cowl. That's a pretty easy choice there. It can just enable such good openings as well as hold back our creatures that it has to go. It'd be nice to see something here I can whirl chains upon. But it is another Druid of the Cowl and a missed land drop. What did I say? We pounce on them. We pounce on them like wounded animals. All right. Though our pressure is not great, there was kind of a tension there of what to play, and now our opponent does have a Wild Growth Walker, so shiny. I think I will resolve a Steam-Kin. It's that or the Chainwhirler, but I think the Steam-Kin makes more sense. And maybe those lightning strikes will come back to haunt us. Does the opponent have an Explorer creature here? They have Enter the Unknown. My god, that's gutsy. Alright. But they don't hit land, so they're stuck. They gain their life. They have a 3/5. They're attacking. Oh, we've got a spicy one here today, friends. Alright, Goblin Chainwhirler. We don't have a wizard, though, so we can't play that Wizard's Lightning to kill the Wild Growth Walker. And that hurts. That hurts pretty bad, because there was a window there where Fanatical Firebrand, Chainwhirler, and Wizard's Lightning could have teamed up. But with no wizard, no chance. That's what we've got. Still, our opponent can't hit their lands. Unless they're just taking their time. Ah, Foul Orchard. Llanowar Elves. Do you want to keep attacking me? They do. They are convinced that they are the beatdown. There is a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. But now getting through that walker isn't so easy. I think what I really need to do is take out these elves. I think that's a pretty easy choice. And then I can also lightning the face, get that last counter, swing in with the team for some huge damage, activate the Steam-Kin, throw down the Frenzy, see what else we can find. It's another land and another land. Classic Frenzy. But if Frenzy stays on the board, you know we'll get through this. There's Jade Light. Jade Light, the opponent's engine is very much online. And what are they playing? They are playing basically with very different Golgari cards than we're used to. But the core is still the same. Giant Wild Growth Walker. And now they're passing the turn. They're a little scared now. Let's head straight upstairs. Let's whirl away. Oh, another Wizard's Lightning. Okay. So, we can attack with everybody. This is block. They take 2. Should I activate the Steam-Kin for mana? I think I will, because they're going to block it no matter what, and it doesn't get through the Wild Growth right now anyway. And activating it for mana gives us even stronger turn potential. And there we go. It's all happening. The frenzy we were looking for. The Banefire, because why not? Mountain, still going, still going. With lethal on the board, I can't resist. It's just too hot. And everybody, finish them. Like I said, Frenzy, sincerely the funnest card that you can get. The funnest card in mono red. The only thing that to me makes the deck kind of worth playing. Well, maybe the opponent feels it was BM that I play that out. I understand why they feel that way. I would probably feel the same way, and I feel a little bad about it now. I apologize if you're out there, Kronos. I shouldn't have played all my stuff out. I get too excited by Experimental Frenzy. I stop counting like what damage I need to do and just throw all my creatures on the board. It's been an exciting run in Mythic with Mono Red, and you can feel us getting closer and closer. I hope that you enjoyed the games, and as always, I will see you in the next video. My YouTube channel is proudly supported by HauntedFlower.com, shipping officially licensed apparel anywhere in the world, and now featuring Magic the Gathering apparel and accessories. If you use the promo code CGB at your checkout, you can save 10% on any order. That's the promo code CGB at checkout on HauntedFlower.com. That's HauntedFlower.com.